Okay, so what I want to do, and this is the graph that you guys have in front of you right now, and I'm interested in trying to come up with the equation of a line for this graph. And we just put it on the board. The thing that we want to try to start off with is this idea of y equals mx plus b. So if I can use this line and try to find either one of those two pieces or both, I'm going to be able to actually help myself out. All right. So what I want you to do is on that line, this line right here that's in front of you, I want you to find 2 points that land exactly on the corner of a box. For example, I'll show you one right now. Here's one right here that lands right on the corner of a box. I want you guys to find 2. Find any 2 that are on that line. Manny, look. Find any 2 points that are on that line. Ashley, find any 2 points that are on that line that fall right on the corner of that box. And then mark the 2 points. Everybody mark 2 points? Okay, I'm going to mark this one, and then I'm going to mark this one. I know it's probably not the same 2 points that you marked, but that's okay. So, Anna, when I take a look at slope, and I look at slope through the formula that I'm supposed to know, the numerator of my slope is going to be the y change, right? And what's the change in the denominator? The x change. Could I determine the x change and the y change from going from this point to the other point on this line? Can I determine the x change and the y change going from this point to another point on this line? Timmy? Yeah. And what I want you to do is, again, your y change, I'm going to label that kind of delta y business. That means y change. And your x change is in the bottom. So let's kind of take a look at this and see how that's going to look. You ready? So let me look at my x change first. I want to get from this point to this point, and I want to get there by either going in the x direction and then in the y direction. So I either want to go horizontal or vertical. So I'm going to start off horizontal, and I'm going to go over to here. What did I travel? You guys might travel differently than I am, so you're going to travel the distance that you put on your paper. Okay? So for me to get from my point to my other point, I'm going to travel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's going to be my change in my x. Are we good so far? Okay. Now I want to find out what the change in my y is going to be. So the change in my y is going to be now going up here. Once again, your change might be different if you selected different points than what I did. Okay? So just stay with the 2 points that you guys have. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's my change in my y over my change in my x. Did everybody get something like that? I got 4, 6. What did someone else get? James? 2 over 3. If you pick 2 other points, you might have got 2 over 3. If you pick 2 other points, you might have got 6 over 9. But what does 4 over 6 and 6 over 9 all equal when you reduce them? 2 over 3. So my slope of this line is going to become, in simplified form, 2/3. Are we good? So what I want you guys to realize is if I want to write the equation of this line, I just got this piece. M is done. I know what it is. How did we define B? I heard it. Say it. How did we define B? What is B in the y equals mxb part? Mx plus b. The y-intercept. So the b is going to be my y-intercept. Can anybody look at this graph and tell me what the y-intercept is? Where is it? Look at your graph. Might be tough to see in this one because it's kind of small up there, but where does the line cross the y-axis at what y value? -3. It crosses right here. So my y-intercept, which is my b, is -3. So look at what I found out. I looked at the line, and I found out that m, which is, you're looking at how y changes over how x changes, which turned out to be 2/3, and my b turned out to be -3. Can I write the equation of this line now? Yeah. Remember, here's the form. Y equals mx plus b. Let's go ahead and write in what we know. Y equals, what's my slope? 2/3 x, and what's my b? minus 3. There it is. You just wrote the equation of a line by just looking at it, for the most part, and calculating the different pieces to it. All right? How can we test to see if that's truly the equation of this line? Go ahead. Is it Rocky back there? Rocky. Did you? Oh, you had a question for Mr. Trammell. Or are you going to answer my question? Okay. How can we test? Timmy. We can solve it, but solve it for what? What do all these points on this line represent? What do all the points on that line represent? Go ahead. Represents, guys, the solution to my linear equation, every single one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one right here. See that? Can someone tell me what is the coordinates of that point? 6, 1. Is that point on the line? If that point's on the line, it has to satisfy this equation. It has to make it true. So let's try it. 6, 1. What's the 6 variable? What variable am I going to plug the 6 in for? What variable does the 6 get plugged into? What variable? X or Y? X, and what does the 1 get plugged into? Y. So here we go. Does 1 equal 2/3 times 6 minus 3? All right, well, does 1 equal, let's start, 3 goes into 6, how many times? 2 times. What's 2 times 2? 4 minus 3. Does 1 equal 1? Yep. And I now know that that's definitely going to be the equation of that line. So you can write the equation of a line by finding the slope, finding the y-intercept, and then you can always check it by just plugging another point into it. All right, let's try the one below it. So the one below that one, let's look at this. See if I can get this straight on here. This is always hard to do. Okay, so there's my equation. So I want you guys to try to do it. Do the second one. Now remember what you're doing. Pick 2 points. Again, here's your starting block. Here's your starting block. Y equals mx plus b. So I need to find out what m is, and we need to find out what b is, and I'm good. All right, so pick 2 points that you can definitely determine is on a corner of a box. Then go ahead and find out what the m is, and then find out what the b is. Come on, I know you guys can do this. It's not that bad. What do you think, Mike? All right. Now put them together. Nice job. Come on, Maddie. Let's figure this out. Don't be lazy on me. Okay, now let's do it. There you go. This is your exchange. Where does X go? Everybody good? Yeah. Horizontal is your scissor. And then what you want to know.
Can you find the Y? Like, I don't know why you put that place.
Good. Because you have to, if you're going here, then you can do it now. Here, the only thing you got to account for is. see the negative. All right, hang on. Don't go anywhere. Don't even put anything away yet. We're going through this. So watch. Pick 2 points. So if I pick 2 points, one of the points might be here, and another point might be here. Doesn't matter how far, but you want to find those boxes. So now I know my slope is going to be my y change. So how far am I going to change in my y direction to get down to that point? How far is that? 2. So my y change is 2, but I'm going down, so it's a negative 2. And how far do I go over? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I reduce that, I get negative 1/4. That's my slope. All right, what's the y-intercept? The y-intercept is right here, which is what value? Guys, the y-intercept is 2. Good. So put them together. Y equals negative 1/4 x plus 2. There's your equation. All right, your homework is to finish the rest of the questions in this packet. All I want you to do is find the equation of a line. I believe there's 6 more questions. Find the equation of a line using the method I just showed you. Okay?